and welcome back to the 20th Century Dude channel. On today's home video demonstration, for those of you who are new to the format, we are going to show you how a LaserDisc player works. And honestly, it's somewhat similar to a DVD player if you really think about it. I mean, being that where we saw DVD sprang from, that's of absolutely no surprise. And it's going to be self-explanatory, so nothing really to worry about. And today's movie that we are going to use for the demonstration is The Untouchables from Brian De Palma. I think it's a very good movie from the 80s, so please check this movie out if you can. And we're going to be demonstrating to you how this is done. It's all very plain and simple. So as you can see here, we have some controls of the LaserDisc player. We have the open and close, and the pause and the play, and of course we have rewind and fast forward. I believe that's for what's called a CAV disc, and that's a disc that holds only 30 minutes per side instead of 1 hour. And we do have a CAV disc in the Untouchables, so we'll show that off when we come across to it. And we have here skips, because there are chapters on a LaserDisc, of course. And then we have time codes, so you actually can see where you are in the movie as far as chapters and whatnot. We have a volume knob here for headphones if you plugged in some really old headphones. Of course, power button, and then there's a remote sensor if you had a remote, which I don't have a remote for this machine, but I don't really need one either. I can pretty much do what I need to do without a remote, which is kind of nice. Not like the Blu-ray player I have up here, where there's only the power on and open and close, because otherwise, yeah, you definitely need a remote then, but I think we're pretty good, so let's get this puppy rolling. Alright, so we are now going to put in the disc, and the tray opens, and before we do put it in, this is the size of the disc. It is pretty big. And this specific disc here has about an hour-ish on both sides. I think it is split up about 45 minutes, though, to 50 minutes for this movie. But what's key here is you want to just grab it here. You want to grab it like this. You definitely do not want to touch the disc. It's not exactly you know, as scratchable as DVD is, but you definitely want to be careful, especially considering this is old technology. So now we are going to plug it in, and I'll move the camera accordingly. Alright, and it got the movie up and rolling pretty quickly. No FBI warning or anything. As you can see, the quality of the disc is somewhat similar to DVD. Some argue that the sound is better on a LaserDisc, although I don't have the equipment to prove that. But, I mean, I'm not going to argue anybody over that. And I'd say, image-wise, it's probably more of a softer image than a DVD. And as it specifies there, it's in what they called letterbox, which is the equivalent of widescreen back in the day for those old 4x3 TV sets. As you can see here, ironically enough, back in the day, they thought that they were losing image by putting it that way. But you were actually losing image, even though you blew it up for the entire screen, when you actually had it at full screen mode. So, you know, the things people learned over time. I'm just going to give some basic commands. This is the pause. Now I'm going to push play, and it's literally right back where it was. Let's skip through some chapters. That's the search, and then, yep, there we are. Let's skip ahead again. And we're going to skip ahead one more time. But, you know, maybe I just want to go back. And it kind of didn't work, but I mean, you see the point what it's trying to do. Now I'm going to press stop, and we're going to go flip it. Alright, we're just going to eject it, and it's very simple. You just take it over to the next side, and then press close, and you should be good to go. Again, this is very self-explanatory stuff, so hopefully you shouldn't have trouble after watching this video. And there we go. This is, I think, I want to say a third of the way through, maybe more through the movie, probably. I do want to emphasize here with this time code, it tells you what chapter you are in the movie, and right now we are at, it now says a minute. But I think we're going to go, and we're going to take the disc out, and I'm going to show you the CAV side. Now, one thing I'm going to note when this starts playing is we're going to look at how it's different on the time code here. It no longer does it by minutes, although we do have chapters. You can now access this stuff by frames, so you can see how fast we are going through all of those frames. Though it does appear to be playing normally for the most part, so let's see what happens when we decide to skip through the frames pretty quickly. Alright, look how quickly we are going through the movie like this. And then we can take it back. This is definitely very helpful when you need to search for a very specific part of the movie. This is sort of a pause. You can look at the movie frame by frame like this, and then I am pressing this button manually. I don't typically do this very often, so it is a little crusty. I have to get it moving again, and then we can move it back. Must have been very helpful back in those film school days. And of course you could still do a chapter search, although you will have to probably manually press play. But otherwise, yeah, that's how you work a LaserDisc. And now I'm going to show you what happens when, well, I'll call this when you get the turtle, and you'll see what the turtle is in just a moment. And that's the LaserDisc turtle, the one that says the program material is recorded on the other side of the disc. Thanks for the heads up, turtle. That basically means that this side was usually blank. Nothing really appeared there at all because nothing needed to appear there at all. So this is what a blank side typically looks like. And of course it is doing it by frames, so I don't know how many frames this lasts, but yeah, I think that's all we have for today. I feel like I went over the basics of working this pretty awesome-tacular machine. I know that's not quite a word, but you know, who cares? Otherwise, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of a LaserDisc player, and hope to catch you on the fly. See ya.